Yo, I had to do this video with the lights on so y'all could see clearly what I'm talking about. All right, so Super Bowl over, and Kendrick Lamar should never perform that song ever again. Hang It in the Rafters is over. We got it. You beat them down. Let it go, K-Dot. Let it go. Y'all sure Kendrick Lamar ain't no Scorpio? This is one of those Scorpio-level get-backs. And I ain't talking about them October Scorpios. I'm talking about November Scorpios. What's his sign? Let me look it up. Oh, he one of them crazy-ass Geminis. Leave them folks alone, too. But, yo, anyway, the performance has so many Easter eggs in it. I don't have enough time to do a video and break them all down. It's bad enough that I have to do that for Marvel, okay? But when Kendrick is saying they not like us, it's not necessarily a black-white thing. It's a cultural thing, environment, how we're raised. Now, for me personally, I've been in different levels of class, right? Growing up as a little kid, I lived in a house where it was one bedroom, maybe 5, 6, 7 of us crammed in there in South Georgia. Now, then eventually, we get to the middle class, traveled all over the world, Parents end up divorcing, so we ended up living in low-income housing. And now today, me, myself, I'm doing okay. I'm up straight. I'm good. I bring up that little house sometimes that my family lived in because when you're a kid, sometimes you don't really know that you're poor. You just outside playing with your friends, hanging out with your cousins, having fun. It's all you know. My grandma and her brothers and sisters used to pick cotton. So when Kendrick says, homie still calling us some slaves, there's this toughness inherently in us because of what our grandparents and ancestors had to deal with. And there were things in his performance that culturally I could relate to, even though I'm from the South, he's from the West Coast. There's still a connection there. And he's saying, Drake, you ain't got none of those. You didn't get to grow up with your daddy's side from Tennessee. So to me, I've seen some people saying, his Super Bowl set was Squid Games. I caught that too. But more so than anything, I caught games or just things that take place in the hood. And one thing about growing up with a black mama, they gonna say, take your butt outside and play. And if somebody steal your bike, beat you up, take your basketball, you go back outside and you go there and you get your stuff and don't come back in this house crying saying somebody took something from you. And this is why he's saying Drake not like us, because this was a fight that you instigated, egged on, begged him to drop. And when he beat you up, took your basketball, you ran home to your mama and she ain't tell you to go back outside and fight. Instead, you chose to sue. K-Dot is like, hey, you ain't never had to play outside and people ride by and start shooting. You running scared, but an hour later, you and the homies back outside on that same block just kicking it. Your mama probably ain't never told you, don't let them streetlights beat you home. You probably ain't never had to grow up with that crazy homeboy who always want to climb on some stuff and don't nobody know how he be getting up there so high. You probably ain't never sat with your homeboys on the corner and just freestyled and rapped about how you gonna get out the hood. Have you ever been piled up in a car with your homies poor, but y'all still having a good time? Kendrick is basically saying you wanted to come outside, play in this culture, but when the game got too tough, you quit and ran your ass to Australia. Nas beat the crap out of Jay-Z in their beef. Fast forward to the future, Hov is a billionaire married to Beyonce. He's okay, but culturally, he was taught when you get beat up, you take your ass back outside and play. Mama ain't gonna let you sit up in her house eating up all the snacks. Go outside and play with your friends. Drake did not go back outside and play with his friends. He started a fight, hit somebody in their mouth, that person beat him up, and he went and told the principal. Now, Drake is gonna be okay. All right. I think people are just more so disappointed that he didn't come back outside to play. Because by not doing that, we seeing like, you not really like us. Now, I'm not even going to get into the other Easter eggs, like the 40 acres and a mule we was promised. Sam Jack playing Uncle Sam or Uncle Tom or Django. And also, before I go, I seen a lot of people saying this doesn't feel like a Super Bowl performance. Now, to me personally, it feels like Jay-Z is allowing these artists to be artists and not programmed to do these traditional performances we used to get back in the day. I'm also interested in what is people's barometer? Who has the best performance that y'all are comparing everybody else to? Because every year, these past couple years, everybody's complaining. Some people said Usher was trash. Some people didn't like Rihanna. Some people didn't like J-Lo. So who is the best? A lot of people said Beyonce had one of the better Super Bowl performances. But that was an artistic choice. She didn't come out and perform a popular song. She came out dressed like the Black Panthers on their anniversary and performed Formation. Formation was only out for one day. She did not perform a hit. She performed a song that she wanted to do artistically. People even said her Cowboy Carter performance was boring. So I need to know what is a good Super Bowl or NFL show performance. Like, what's the top? Who's the ceiling? And don't say Michael Jackson. Before y'all say Michael, go back and watch Michael's actual Super Bowl performance. His show was good. It wasn't like anything spectacular, and I've seen some great live Michael performances. His Super Bowl performance probably wouldn't even make it in the top 10 when I'm looking at like his catalog of performances. So, man, leave y'all comments below. Tell me, do y'all think Drake still ain't like us? And who has the best Super Bowl performance? I need to know who's at the top. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.